through this heat stroke kind of weather, you need that handkerchief, a clean one. A nicely fragranced handkerchief will always come in handy. These have been self-care tips. I am Irene Joroge.
The management, staff and students of Mary Shaw School wish to convey our congratulatory message to the KCPE candidates on their well-deserved success. Well done and congratulations on passing the 2021 KCPE exams.
Mundos divididos por una sombra de traición.
That's odd. Isn't it that only Eduardo Moliner can make that call?
I don't know.
You know what you feel about Renata. The only thing I'm trying to tell you is that you should marry her because you truly love her.
Your talent, dedication and hard work have led you to victory. Mary Shaw School, home of the boy child.
Mwongo mmoja umekamilika. Twarejea kwa udi na uvumba. Kwa vishindo si haba. Nderemo na vifijo. Tulia tuli. Maana mambo si kama kawaida tena. Kwani kupitia runinga yako ya KBC ushapata tarehe. Vitimbi kila Jumatatu jioni saa 1:35. Usikose.
It has been a wonderful beginning to a wonderful month, to a wonderful Saturday. Nice light showers greeted us this morning, of course, helping us to cool off from the heat that had characterized the better part of last month. Well, thank you for joining us. This is KBC Channel 1. This is the channel that gives you the most comprehensive news coverage. My name is Catherine Kasavuli, and you are tuned to the Legends Edition. And now we go into our main news. Our sign language interpreter is Byron Aburi, and of course, Topi Liambila will be joining us later today with sports news. The Directorate of Criminal Investigations has summoned two legislators, Soy Member of Parliament Caleb Kositany and his Kapseret counterpart Oscar Sudi, and the Uasin Gishu County Assembly Speaker David Kiplagat over the attack on Raila Odinga's chopper in Uasin Gishu County yesterday. The three have been directed to present themselves at the Rift Valley Regional DCI headquarters tomorrow at 9 a.m. Meanwhile, police in Uasin Gishu say they have arrested at least 15 persons in connection with the attack on Odinga's chopper.
Police in Iten, Uasin Gishu County are pursuing politicians believed to be behind the stoning of Azimio la Umoja presidential candidate Raila Odinga's chopper in Soy constituency, Uasin Gishu County. Uasin Gishu County Commissioner Stephen Kihara says more than 15 suspects have so far been arrested and have recorded statements in regard to the incident.
And we have been able to arrest 14 out of the youth that participated in the throwing stone yesterday.
According to the police boss, key political leaders in the region have been linked to the planning of the attack, and the arrest of leaders behind it will serve as a lesson to those sponsoring intolerance.
We are sure we are going to land to one of the leaders who is likely to have organized that group. And it will be a lesson to all of them.
Two local legislators saw a Member of Parliament Caleb Kosuitani and his Kapseret counterpart Oscar Sudi, as well as the Uasin Gishu County Assembly Speaker David Kiplagat, have already been summoned by the Directorate of Criminal Investigation over the attack. The politicians have been ordered to present themselves at the Rift Valley Regional DCI headquarters tomorrow at 9 a.m. Meanwhile, Uasin Gishu County Governor Jackson Mandago has distanced himself from the incident.
Ned Mohammed and Babu Awino should be grateful to Mandago. If I was a politician who just thinks about political divides and does politics of hatred and violence, I would not have given them my car. I don't know how Junet forget so fast that when they were alighting from the helicopter, it's actually my car that brought them to the venue. And it is my same car that took them to the helicopter. And my own car was stoned. So how can I be organizing violence against my car and my security?
Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i directed the National Police Service to investigate and arrest those involved in the attack. For Legends Edition, I'm Gladys Mongai.
Deputy President William Ruto has promised to take stern action against any member of his UDA party involved in the violence meted against Azimio presidential candidate Raila Odinga in Soi, Uasin Gishu County. Ruto says the party, working alongside investigative agencies, are investigating the incident with the aim of taking action against the perpetrators. This even as COTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli called for tolerance ahead of the general election, saying any individual involved in the incident must face the law.
The scenes in Soi, Uasin Gishu County. ODM leader Raila Odinga forced to end his political meetings prematurely after rowdy youth pelted his vehicles and chopper with stones. The action drawing condemnation from across the political divide, occasioning the arrest of at least 15 individuals connected to the violence. Deputy President William Ruto, while condemning the violence, promised to take action against political players allegedly involved in the planning and execution of the violent scenes.
We will roll out the party structures to work with the security agencies so that we can get to the root of this act, which is most unfortunate, and we will demonstrate our commitment to an election that is peaceful by making sure that we take the necessary steps to ensure that all our members, all our candidates, and our entire party engages in this election on the basis of ideas and not any acts that are as unfortunate as we saw yesterday.
Ruto says the UDA party structures are working closely with investigative agencies to reveal the identity of those involved, even as he committed to ensure the Kenya Kwanza troop conducts its campaigns in peace.
The United Democratic Alliance and all our Kenya Kwanza partners are believers in a peaceful, progressive Kenya. We are committed to a peaceful nomination exercise and a peaceful election in August 9, 2022.
COTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli called on the Deputy President to lead from the front by denying those involved the UDA party ticket in the August elections.
I want to warn Kenyan politicians that they should be very, very, very careful. So many other countries are yearning for peace. And peace is the key for everything. You better sleep hungry in a peaceful country.
Atwoli claims the perpetrators are well-known individuals and that the violence had been planned beforehand.
This scheme was not planned yesterday. It was planned a long time ago, even as from Monday.
Jubilee and ODM parties have also joined the fray, terming the incident regrettable and calling for peaceful campaigns ahead of the elections.
It is very, very unfortunate. You know, it is totally unacceptable that the former Prime Minister and his entourage would be stoned by people who can easily be identified, you know, basically because he doesn't belong to that particular outfit or political outfit. And we want to say and beseech our competitors, kindly allow each and every person to look for votes. The voter has a final word.
Wamekuwa pale nyuma wakituambia ati watu wa ODM ndio watu wa kutupa mawe. Wamekuwa wakituambia watu wa ODM ndio watu wa fujo. Sisi tumeona Mheshimiwa William Ruto akija hata ndani ya kaunti zetu kule Nyanza, kule Western, hata hapa Nairobi anatembea bila kushikwa na mtu yoyote. Na leo imekuwaje kule Rift Valley ati wanatupa mawe hata si kwa magari, sasa wanatupia mpaka ndege mawe. Sasa watu wa mawe ni kina nani? Ni wao ama sisi?
John Jacob Kuria, Legends Edition.
Azimio la Umoja Oka Coalition Party flag bearer Raila Odinga has vowed to combat insecurity in West Pokot County if elected president in the August 9th polls. Speaking on Saturday when he led Azimio la Umoja Oka Coalition Brigade in soliciting for votes in the county, Raila said the region has lagged behind in development due to frequent cases of insecurity. Yesterday's incident in which Raila's entourage was attacked in Uasin Gishu also resurfaced during the campaigns.
Smarting from yesterday attack in Uasin Gishu County. Azimio la Umoja flag bearer Raila Odinga today led the party's brigade to the West Pokot in vote hunting mission.
Iwe hatua lazima washikwe, na tunasema baba, mkutano yako ya kwanza State House iwe ya wazee wa sehemu hii ya kuleta amani. Jana wameiweka maisha ya candidate yetu ya Azimio baba hatarini.
Odinga at the same time promised to get a lasting solution to the perennial cases of insecurity in West Pokot once he ascends to power.
About turn. Fire!
At the same time, Raila said the Azimio la Umoja Oka campaign platform is geared towards ensuring that Kenyans can establish businesses and thrive anywhere in the country without fear of political intolerance.
Biashara imeharibika, mwingine amefutwa kazi, mwingine kampuni aliyokuwa anafanyia imefilisika. Sio? Sasa hakuna mapato. Watoto wanalala njaa. Chini ya katiba yetu mpya haitakikani Mkenya yeyote alale njaa.
Leaders who accompanied him, led by West Pokot Governor John Lonyangapuo, urged the region to support Raila's presidential bid.
Na mtu mwenye amekuja mchana kuomba, mwenyewe amejileta na ameomba kwa unyenyekevu, tutamsikiza ama hapana?
Mumeona Raila na Kalonzo Lumut, mujue ushindi umeingia Kenya hii kwa watu walio safi, wenye nio nzuri kabisa.
Msichana wetu wa 2022, mtu ya kwanza na pekee ya kufika Pokot ni Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga.
Timothy Kipnosu for Legends Edition.
Jubilee Party says that it is well on course with the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission timelines on party primaries. The party Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni has at the same time dismissed claims that the party tickets have already been issued, saying that the exercise that will be conducted between the 11th and 22nd of April will be free and fair. This as ODM primaries have been postponed in Kajiado, Narok, Nakuru, Kilifi and Mombasa, with the aspirants hoping to reach a consensus.
Jubilee Party Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni has assured its members that the party primaries exercise slated between the 11th and 22nd of April would follow the set out guidelines. Kioni dismissing allegations of any tickets having already been issued to any aspirants.
Mambo ya nominations itakuwa kama vile sheria imeturuhusu kufanya, direct and indirect. We are not in a panic mood to start giving tickets all over kila pahali. Hapana, ni taratibu.
Halo, haya.
Meanwhile, the ODM party has assured its aspirants of fair and transparent nominations. Party Secretary General Edwin Sifuna warning aspirants against hiring goons to disrupt the process.
Na mimi kama katibu sipendelei mtu yeyote. Nataka hawa delegates wa Nairobi wenyewe waweze kugawa tikiti za chama cha ODM. Kwa hivyo wewe ukiwa aspirant, onyesha heshima kwa aspirant mwenzako.
And shelve my ambition in favor of Honorable William Kamoti Mwamkali.
Tutaenda pamoja kama timu ya ODM ndani ya Rabai, nia na madhumuni ikiwa ni kukabiliana na upinzani ambao uko pale ili ODM iweze kuwa na ushindi.
In Kajiado County, the ODM party primaries were postponed to this Monday to pave way for negotiated democracy.
Vijana wetu wa KANU wako hapa na ni wetu pia na wao. Hata wa Wiper ni ndugu zetu. Si nyumba kubwa ni ODM. Ndio sasa nyumba kubwa kwa sababu si rais anatoka nyumba kubwa.
Meanwhile, in Mombasa County, a section of ODM aspirants have exuded confidence in the nomination process that has so far narrowed down on the popular aspirants for the gubernatorial and parliamentary seats. Scientific polls in the county appear to favor most sitting legislators, with Mvita Member of Parliament Abdul Somad Nasir appearing to be the leading gubernatorial aspirant in the polls.
Tunaheshimu ya kwa the nominations have been postponed kuweza kukubaliana na hii mambo ya consensus, iweze kuangalia polls, watu waje kuweza kuambiwa. Tutaheshimu hizo polls nyingine, tuziangalie ziko vipi na vipi na vipi. Si ni sawa namna hiyo?
Sisi tumekubali na zile polls zingine zitafanywa pia, we are ready for that. Na hata wakiinsist hayo mambo mengine, shauri yao, sisi tunasema tunajiamini.
In Murang'a County, UDA party has reached a consensus not to conduct nominations in the senatorial race.
That is a concluded matter. Our Senate ticket for UDA will go to Senate Nyutu, and the whole team here will be campaigning for our candidates.
I've willingly considered to join my friend Senator Jonyoto in his campaigns. It was through mutual agreement. Nothing except hearts.
According to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, a political party intending to present a candidate shall conduct its primaries and resolve intra-party disputes on or before the 22nd of April 2022. Nancy Okware, Legends Edition.
And still in politics, Narok County Governor Samuel Ole Tunai and gubernatorial aspirant Patrick Olen Tutu have urged area electorate to audit parties' manifestos to ensure those they elect come August 9th bring change and improve the economy of the country. The two, who are allied to UDA, say the UDA manifesto has elaborate plans to ensure they put money back into ordinary Kenyans' pockets.
Speaking in Narok West, Narok County Governor Samuel Ole Tunai and gubernatorial aspirant Patrick Ole Ntutu urged their competitors to center their campaigns on selling their agenda instead of looking for shortcuts to ascend to power.
Tunataka kusema ya kwamba hiyo vision ya party leader yetu Mheshimiwa William Ruto tunaunga 100%. Na ni vision ambayo itaenda kutransform uchumi, economy ya Narok na kaunti zingine 46 ambayo ziko katika Kenya hii. Mheshimiwa Gavana Ole Ntutu ataleta watu wote wakae pamoja vile Tunai alikuwa ameweka ili tuendelee mbele.
The two say the UDA manifesto presents the country with elaborate plans to restore the country's economy. The two scoffed at their competitors who they claimed are dividing the Maa community into clans, which they argue is a threat to peace in the county. Elsewhere, missionaries in Nakuru under the auspices of Impact Nations have urged politicians to desist from acrimonious campaigns that will polarize the country.
And I said, it doesn't have to happen. It doesn't have to be that way. And we will go as ambassadors of peace to bring peace to Kenyans. He called you to cooperation. He called you to helping one another. After this pandemic for the last 2 years, do we not understand that we are all one? That we are all affected the same way by some of these things, and that we have to work together. Now is a time for Kenyans to take care of one another.
Speaking in Nakuru County, Impact Nations Coordinator Bishop Dr. Mike Brown observed that campaigns motivated by emotions are a threat to the prevailing peace and harmonious coexistence of Kenyans that has been realized through painstaking peace-building initiatives over the years.
We cannot be getting visitors from all the nation if our country is shaky and we don't have peace. So today I'm sending my personal request to the people. If you don't want someone, don't go to their meetings. And if you go to their meetings, go and maintain peace.
And finally, na Kenya Party leader Martha Karua has said she supports the Azimio la Umoja owing to its people-centered agenda.
Ujana sio inafanya kazi au uzee. Ni kulingana ni nani amekalia hiyo kiti. Uangalie track record ya yule anakalia. Kama mtu anakalia na amejipeana kufanyia Wakenya kazi, awe kijana awe mzee atafanya.
Karua says that she will still be vying for the Kirinyaga gubernatorial seat, though she did not rule out the likelihood of a presidential running mate bid.
Well, we now take a small break. Of course, when we come back, we have lots in football later on this bulletin. I am Catherine Kasavuli. Please stay with us.
Mwongo mmoja umekamilika. Twarejea kwa udi na uvumba, kwa vishindo si haba, nderemo na vifijo. Tulia tuli, maana mambo si kama kawaida tena, kwani kupitia runinga yako ya KBC ushapata tarehe. Vitimbi kila Jumatatu jioni saa 1:35. Usikose.
Nilipimwa hospitalini, kabainika nilikuwa na TB.
Nilianza matibabu ya TB mara moja. Nilimeza dawa zangu bila kukosa kwa muda unaofaa, kama nilivyoshauriwa na daktari.
Pata matibabu bila malipo katika hospitali zote za umma. Tujijali, tumalize TB. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na Wizara ya Afya na washirika wake.
Welcome back to Legends Edition. Controversies have marred the beginning of this year's holy month of Ramadan as a section of Muslim faithful who follow Saudi Arabia crescent moon began their fasting. Hearing loss, SNHL, is caused by damage to the structures in the inner ear and nerve that runs from the ear to the brain.
According to baby Valia's parents, their baby was born well, but suddenly she developed hearing complications when she was 2 years old.
At about 2 years, alikuwa ameanza kusikia, but I realized that ameanza kulose maneno yenye alikuwa amejifunza. So we decided to take for speech therapy tuone kama ni delayed speech ama ni kuna shida yoyote.
Baby Valia was taken for treatment in Kenyatta Hospital for her first operation. However, her hearing difficulties still persisted.
So tukakuja hapa Kenyatta, wakamfanyia surgery, wakatoa adenoids na wakatoa fluid kwa middle ear, waka-insert grommets. So after the surgery, daktari akatuambia based on the nature of the hearing loss, mtoto anahitaji cochlear implants.
Another attempt was done at Nairobi Hospital, where the doctors recommended the cochlear implant operation, which can only be done by Cochlear Implant Group of Kenya station at the same hospital.
Karutini hospitali wakatuambia sasa hapo itabidi mtoto afanyiwe kitu inaitwa awekewe cochlear. Kuulizia cochlear tukaambia sikio moja ni 2.75, lingine 2.75. Ukiangalia amount yenyewe bado inakuja 5.5.
The cochlear implant operation costs 5.5 million shillings for both ears. And to save the hearing ability of baby Valia, her parents are pleading with the well-wishers to help them raise at least 2.75 million shillings for her to undergo cochlear implant operation for one ear.
I wish to request Kenyans. As a mother, I look at my child and I just ask myself so many questions like why. But help me kusaidia mtoto wangu apate kusikia, aishi tu maisha like any other child, aweze kuinteract na wenzake. Any help we will really appreciate.
To help baby Valia, you sent your financial assistance to pay bill number 247247, account number 087465. Jelis Aladi for Channel 1 News.
Well, we appeal to the public to come forward and help baby Valia. And now to some very interesting and disturbing news. Most petrol stations in Machakos, Siaya and Bondo towns were today without fuel, forcing motorists to throng the few that had the commodity. Long queues were witnessed in the few stations with the commodity, with some putting a fuel purchase ceiling of 1,500 shillings in a bid to ensure they meet the rising demand. Mtangazaji Savings and Credit Cooperative Society has announced a 10% dividend to its members. The SACCO chairperson, Liverson Mwasere, said the move was informed by the improved cash flow and profitability for the year ending December 2021 amid COVID-19 pandemic profitability.
Mtangazaji SACCO, which held its annual general meeting today, has seen an increase in members' deposits in 2021 compared to year 2020. The members' deposits increased from 36.6 million shillings in 2020 to 37.6 shillings in 2021. This is an increase of 940,000 shillings. Liverson Mwasere, the SACCO's chairperson, however, said the issuance of loans to members decreased in 2021 compared to the previous year, 2020.
He also earmarked. This person removes money which is not his. So in the end, we are trying to see a situation whereby if you are on direct debit and I'm on a check-off system for the KBC, should I give you a loan first or the other person first?
Despite the negative impact of COVID-19 pandemic, Mtangazaji paid higher dividends to the members at 10%.
Actually, I want us to invest more because of our savings. We want to improve on our savings. Then maybe you can invest the savings in a secure position whereby in the next 2-3 years, we should be having about 10 million in our account as our savings.
And a bit okay, but not really 100%. They have given loans, even they have interest on loans, and they have something to share as interest on members' deposit. In other words, dividends. And they are going home with 10% for your savings, minus 5% of the tax.
Members have, however, been urged to increase their savings in order to enable more issuance of loans that will enable improved profitability and brighter economic prospects.
The only thing I can advise them is just to increase the members, encourage members to take more loans. Yeah, so because with that they'll get more income, more dividends and more interest.
Frederick Mwoki for Lunchtime News.
Four Kenyan hiking enthusiasts have been inducted into the Guinness Book of World Records awaiting official certification. The four, Huzaifa Hassan Ali, Barnuddin Murtaza, Kuzaima Hussein and Hamza Saifuddin, achieved the highest altitude land party on land longitudinal party on land of 5,894 meters or 19,337 feet at the Uhuru Peak, Mount Kilimanjaro, Tanzania, on 1st January this year. The quadrant known as Strike Team Alpha broke a record that was set by a team born in Canada in 2014.
Strike Team Alpha, which was formed 10 years ago, has been hiking with an objective of setting a world record. The team attempted to climb Uhuru Peak of Mount Kilimanjaro, Tanzania, in its quest to break a record. While most climbers will reach Uhuru Peak and take 15 to 30 minutes of rest before returning to base camp, the group had to stay there for 4 hours, setting up tents to help endure the cold. They then had to hike 12 hours back to base camp while tired and hungry, with added breathing difficulties too. The team achieved the highest altitude land party on land of 5,894 meters or 19,337 feet.
As a group, we are feeling happy, we are feeling proud that this is something that we managed to accomplish. Not many people actually managed to break a world record. And we did it by doing something that most people do. A lot of people will tell you they've climbed Mount Kilimanjaro and all that, but we sort of thought, let's go a step extra, and we broke a world record doing that.
Came up with the idea of climbing the mountain Kilimanjaro and saying we can do it over there, because I've already climbed it twice and it was possible. I saw that it was very possible technically.
The Kenyan team beat a record that was set by a team from Canada, the Tech Syndicate, led by Austin Evans in 2014, of 14,400 foot peak.
The challenge after breaking the record was even bigger, because the evidence and guidelines that Guinness gives is not easy. And as he said, that we cannot get someone from their headquarters to come here and witness the event. So evidence has to be very substantial.
All of this would not have been possible without the
support and guidance of His Holiness Sayyid Mufadal Saifuddin, the leader of our community.
The team shifts attention to a new challenge as they seek to continue breaking and setting new records. The 4 Kenyans hiking enthusiasts have been inducted in the Guinness World Book of Records, awaiting official certificate. Frederick Mwoki for Legends Edition.
Well, a big congratulations for the big team effort. 2 girls, Shieni Regina and Fancy Chepkemoi, have become the pillar of hope for girls like them in Kajiado County. Rescued from female genital mutilation and early marriage, the 2 who were placed in a safe house for years have beaten their odds to post exemplary performance in the just released KCPE examinations. Ruth Wambui has that story.
With the just released KCPE results, 2 girls who were rescued from FGM and planned early marriage in Kajiado County have become an epitome of hope and inspiration to hundreds of girls whose dreams for formal education are stifled by culture. 14-year-old Shieni Regina and Fancy Chepkemoi were placed at the Rights of Life Rescue Center to shield them from FGM.
Keep on telling yourself, I can and I can achieve my dreams, okay? Yes. You should consult with your teachers. You should not let them even take rest. If you have not known something, maybe you are weak in this subject, go, follow them, and may you make them your friends.
Today, their star is shining bright, with Shieni Regina having scored 421 marks and 15-year-old Fancy Chepkemoi posting 390 marks in the just released KCPE results.
They didn't really know if I'll make those dreams come true, but they gave me that hope that, yeah, you can do it, you can go to Kenya High, you can be the best. So I'd like to urge you to take this chance. So many people like to have it, but they don't have it. So take it, utilize it, use it, like do your very best.
Rights of Life Center Director Evelyn Nakora urging parents in pastoral communities to give their girls a chance for education.
As we continue to educate our girls, talk to them and mentor them, it is a way of ensuring that they embrace the new culture of education, the new culture.
But despite their performance, this rescue center remains their home with no immediate family member to celebrate with them.
I know that some of you are facing challenges back at home, but do not put that in your mind. Put it at the back of your mind and you are saying, my parents, I will save them from what they are suffering from. Yes, remember that bad company corrupts good morals.
Despite their challenges, these young girls have embraced life and remain hopeful for a bright future ahead. Ruth Wambui for Legends Edition.
Kenya Bureau of Standards KEBS has developed new merits for major constructions, for major construction materials, a move aimed at improving quality for both homes and commercial units. Kenya Bureau of Standards Managing Director and the standards enforced through product certification ensures that quality is upheld during manufacturing.
Wetu Obai Kirengo amepewa kazi na Uhuru Kenyatta, lakini hatufanyii kazi sisi wakazi wa Ngoyoyo. Barabara zetu ni mbovu, hatuna maji, hatuna hospitali, hatuna imani na uongozi kama huo na tunakataa.
Unaona barabara zetu ni mbovu, hospitali hatuna, hata watu wetu wakigojeka kuwabeba na bodaboda ni shida, kustafuta gari ni shida.
Finally, national government in partnership with the Council of Governors are putting up a 60-bed capacity male surgical ward worth 100 million shillings. Busia Health Chief Officer Jonathan Jonathan Ino, noted that the money will go into construction of a male surgical ward block, ICU block generator installation, equip wards with furniture, and install pre-paint sheets.
The issue of so many patients occupying in one ward, it means now there will be enough space, meaning the other spaces that we have been using for the same purposes shall be able to open up and bring other services which we have not been offering as a county.
Beatrice Getonyang-Etich, Legends Edition.
We are taking a small break. When we come back, Topi Liambila walks us through the sporting arena.
Nilipoanza kukohoa, kuhisi maumivu kwa kifua, uchovu mwilini, joto jingi mwilini, kutokwa na jasho jingi usiku, kukosa hamu ya chakula na kupoteza uzito haraka. Nilipimwa hospitalini, kabainika nilikuwa na TB.
Nilianza matibabu ya TB mara moja. Nilimeza dawa zangu bila kukosa kwa muda unaofaa, kama nilivyoshauriwa na daktari.
Ugonjwa wa TB sio uchawi. Mtu yeyote yule anaweza kupatwa na ugonjwa huu, lakini ukimeza dawa vizuri, TB inatiba.
Nilitibiwa TB, nikapona na niko sawa.
TB inatiba. Pata matibabu bila malipo katika hospitali zote za umma. Tujijali, tumalize TB. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na Wizara ya Afya na washirika wake.
The management, staff and students of Mary Shaw School wish to convey our congratulatory message to the KCPE candidates on their well-deserved success. Well done and congratulations on passing the 2021 KCPE exams.
Mundos divididos por una sombra de traición.
That's odd. Isn't it that only Eduardo Moliner can make that call?
I don't know.
You know what you feel about Renata. The only thing I'm trying to tell you is that you should marry her because you truly love her.
Your talent, dedication and hard work have led you to victory. Mary Shaw School, home of the boy child.
Good evening once again. It's a big welcome to the sports segment of the Legends Edition this Saturday evening. I'm Topi Liambila. In the highlights tonight, we've got the Prague Paris races and the Rugby Enterprise Cup, and also something on the ARC rally being done on the Kenyan leg tonight. Well, Kenya's Kenneth Kiprop Renju and Nesvin Jepleting were crowned the 2022 champions of the Prague Half Marathon held today at the Czech Republic. Kenya had a clean sweep in the men's race, with Philemon Kiplimo and Matthew Kimeli finishing in second and third positions respectively. Here's a highlight.
Kenya's Kenneth Kiprop Renju and Nesvin Jepleting are the 2022 Prague Half Marathon champions. Renju led a clean Kenyan sweep of podium positions in the men's race after clocking 59 minutes and 28 seconds to finish first ahead of Philemon Kiplimo and Matthew Kimeli, who finished second and third respectively. Bernard Kimeli, who won the previous two editions of the marathon in 2018 and 2019, finished fourth. In the women's competition, Jepleting clocked 1 hour 6 minutes and 57 seconds to emerge victorious, beating her compatriot Irene Cheptai and Brenna Jepleting to second and third positions respectively.
It's always a great pleasure to see three Kenyans occupy all the three positions in the podium. Now, Athletics South Africa Grand Prix Series Continental Tour Challenge in Johannesburg has attracted elite athletes, with 2 Kenyans securing slots to compete in the event. Kenyan sprinter Ferdinand Omanyala, who specializes in the 60-meter, 100-meter and 200-meter events, and Wiseman Were, who has a personal best of 49.80 seconds in the shuttle hurdles relay, have received invitations to compete in the event, which will take place from the 6th to the 15th of April this year.
The ASA Athletics Grand Prix 3 World Athletics Continental Tour Challenge will see Wiseman Were take his 2 races in Potchefstroom, while ASA Athletics Grand Prix 4 World Athletics Continental Tour Challenge will be hosted at Johannesburg, with Ferdinand Omanyala once again going to prove his prowess.
The event which has taken me there is 400 meters hurdles because I had a good time. So what I'm going to do there is just to improve on my time, and I'll do a good time when I get there. With my progression, things are going to be good because the rest will give me a good stage again and better time.
The preparations toward the season is going on well. I just came from the indoor season, the 60 meters, which was a perfect training. Coming into the outdoor season, I already started my outdoor season with a world leader then, the 10-0, but now it's number 3 in the world because now people are running. So I'm looking forward to more competitions.
This event comes a few months before the African Youth Games set to be held in Cairo, Egypt, and the Commonwealth Games scheduled for Birmingham, United Kingdom. The finest elite athletes, by merit of their personal best timings, will have the ideal opportunity to hone their skills in a competitive environment as part of their global preparations. This elite series is intended to host and attract top athletes from around the world to come, give and test their best performances in South Africa. South African record holder Akani Simbine, who has brilliant domestic and international timings, is expected to continue his duel with Ferdinand Omanyala, who broke his record in September 2021 in the 100 meters after dipping just under 10 seconds. For Legends Edition, I'm Nora Mwangi.
Rally driver Karan Patel, navigated by Tosif Khan in a Ford Fiesta, took an overnight lead in the Kenyan leg of the Africa Rally Championship, the Equator Rally, which enters the 3rd and final leg tomorrow at the Soisambu in Naivasha. Here's a peek of the highlights.
Karan Patel, navigated by Taufsif Khan in a Ford Fiesta, is leading after the 2nd leg of the ARC Equator Rally in Soisambu in Naivasha. Jeremy Wahome, navigated by Victor Okundi, are 2nd ahead of Jasmeet Chana and Ravi Chana. The event will come to an end tomorrow and has been used as a curtain raiser for the WRC Safari Rally Kenya, which is scheduled to be held between the 23rd and 26th of June. Sports Cabinet Secretary Ambassador Amina Mohamed, who attended the event, said her ministry will continue supporting the motorsport industry in a bid to improve the standards of the sport in the country.
The Safari Rally was one of the most exciting projects. It was also one of the most valuable, I think, lessons that we learned. That if you prepare well, that if you do your work well, that an endeavor like that one that takes in government investment, that it actually pays off.
It's very Stromwell ASA Athletics Grand Prix 4 World Athletics Continental Tour Challenge will be hosted at Johannesburg, with Ferdinand Omanyala once again going to prove his prowess.
The event which has taken me there is 400 meters hurdles because I had a good time. So what I'm going to do there is just to improve on my time, and I'll do a good time when I get there. With my progression, things are going to be good because the rest will give me a good stage again and better time.
The preparations toward the season is going on well. I just came from the indoor season, the 60 meters, which was a perfect training. Coming into the outdoor season, I already started my outdoor season with a world leader then, the 10-0, but now it's number 3 in the world because now people are running. So I'm looking forward to more competitions.
This event comes a few months before the African Youth Games set to be held in Cairo, Egypt, and the Commonwealth Games scheduled for Birmingham, United Kingdom. The finest elite athletes, by merit of their personal best timings, will have the ideal opportunity to hone their skills in a competitive environment as part of their global preparations. This elite series is intended to host and attract top athletes from around the world to come, give and test their best performances in South Africa. South African record holder Akani Simbine, who has brilliant domestic and international timings, is expected to continue his duel with Ferdinand Omanyala, who broke his record in September 2021 in the 100 meters after dipping just under 10 seconds. For Legends Edition, I'm Nora Mwangi.
Rally driver Karan Patel, navigated by Tosif Khan, in a Ford Fiesta took an overnight lead in the Kenyan leg of the Africa Rally Championship, the Equator Rally, which enters the third and final leg tomorrow at the Soisambu in Naivasha. Here's a peek of the highlights.
Karan Patel, navigated by Taufsif Khan, in a Ford Fiesta is leading after the second leg of the ARC Equator Rally in Soisambu in Naivasha. Jeremy Wahome, navigated by Victor Okundi, are second ahead of Jasmeet Chana and Ravi Chana. The event will come to an end tomorrow and has been used as a curtain raiser for the WRC Safari Rally Kenya, which is scheduled to be held between the 23rd and 26th of June. Sports Cabinet Secretary Ambassador Amina Mohamed, who attended the event, said her ministry will continue supporting the motorsport industry in a bid to improve the standards of the sports in the country.
The Safari Rally was one of the most exciting projects. It was also one of the most valuable, I think, lessons that we learned. That if you prepare well, that if you do your work well, that an endeavor like that one that takes in government investment, that it actually pays off.
It's very hopeful. I mean, to see all the drivers and navigators. Yesterday I had the chance to see the road book, which is this thick, and ours was like a couple of pages. So it's very interesting to see that there's so much room for training and learning, which I'm really looking forward to.
The Kenya Motorsport Federation boss Phineas Kimanthi said the rally that has attracted 19 drivers will enable organizers to test their team's systems and preparedness to host a World Rally Championship.
This year we are going all out to make sure that we get as many tourists and visitors coming to watch the rally in June, which will be between the 22nd and the 27th this year.
Karan Patel.
The team now tops the league standings on 52 points after 24 matches, 10 points ahead of Tusker FC, who were held to a 1-0 draw by KCB at the Ruaraka grounds. In other results, the former champions Gor Mahia defeated Wazito FC 2-1 at the Narok Stadium, while Nairobi City Stars beat Bandari FC 2-1 at the Ruaraka grounds. Just before Manchester City 1-2-0 at struggling Burnley later on Saturday to restore their 1-point lead at the top of the Premiership League with 8 games left, Liverpool beat struggling Watford 2-0 to complete a remarkable albeit short return to the top of the Premiership. The Reds trailed Manchester City by 14 points on 15th January, but a 10th straight league win in the early kickoff at a raucous Anfield ground took them above Pep Guardiola's side, whom they meet on the 10th of April. That's the date. In other matches, Chelsea were thrashed 4-1 by Brentford. Leeds drew 1-1 with Southampton. Wolves beat Aston Villa 2-1, while Brighton drew 0-0 with Norwich. Manchester United are currently playing Leicester City. And that is a wrap from the sports desk this evening on the Legends Edition. We hope that you enjoyed the show, and of course a good thank you to Nora, Mwendwa and Bax for those stories they were tonight. Now move over to Catherine.
Well, Sophie,
yeah,
it's been a wonderful day today.
Oh, yes, it is, isn't it?
It started off nice and rainy since morning, 5:30 a.m. and there was torrents of rain.
Oh, yeah, of course, there's been a lot of heat.
But there's something else that's happening today.
Kipnusu.
Yes, your good friend,
Yeah,
your
our good
counterpart.
friend Kipnusu
He's celebrating his
Celebrating his birthday, and he did a lot of stories. I was wondering whether KBC decided that that was a birthday treat for him or something.
Oh, yes. And one thing he doesn't know is that you're also celebrating your birthday sometime.
The 10th of April. Yeah, we're both April boys. How did you know that? It's a long time.
I remember.
Oh, yeah. So, Kipnusu, I think it's a big thank you. I mean, we thank the crew for allowing us this pleasure to just mention that this was, your day. And I think we hope that you enjoyed yourself after doing all those stories on the KBC Legends Edition.
Yes, he handled all of them today.
And I wonder when your birthday is coming, because you know mine.
Don't worry.
Okay, don't worry. Okay, so I wonder whether there's any cake for Kipnusu?
Ask for yourself. Kipnusu will ask for himself.
Yeah, Kipnusu will ask for himself, but for me, I think, okay, fine, it's 10th of April, so we sit back. So from, that was, the sports wrap-up on the Legends Edition. I'm Topi Liambila, and wishing that you have a sporting weekend. And next week, just another Bamba harvest on the sports events. We hope you enjoy your week, and we are glad you're watching.
Thank you so much for watching the Legends Edition. I am Catherine Kasavuli. This is the most comprehensive news coverage station, KBC Channel 1. Stay with us. Good night.
Nilipimwa hospitalini, kabainika nilikuwa na TB.
Nilianza matibabu ya TB mara moja. Nilimeza dawa zangu bila kukosa kwa muda unaofaa, kama nilivyoshauriwa na daktari.
Hata kuna boys tulikuwa tunasoma naye primo, yeye aliachia class 6. Aende akalime viazi. Sasa tunaongea na wewe kwa mpaka na punda. Kani unacheka?
Exactly, ambia kuna private jet kitu kama hiyo.
Haya, punda ni big deal. Wewe unajua besti yako kuna punda.
Pata matibabu bila malipo katika hospitali zote za umma. Tujijali, tumalize TB. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na Wizara ya Afya na washirika wake.
If you missed the developing story of the multi-billion border transport subsector, here is your chance to catch the full story. The KBC special report on the border, the good, the bad, and the ugly story will run again this Sunday from 10 p.m. Don't miss the border story, the story of our time, right here on Channel 1.
Mwongo mmoja umekamilika. Twarejea kwa udi na uvumba, kwa vishindo si haba, nderemo na vifijo. Tulia tuli, maana mambo si kama kawaida tena, kwani kupitia runinga yako ya KBC ushapata tarehe. Vitimbi kila Jumatatu jioni saa 1:35. Usikose.
The most consumed beverage in the world, following only water. This week on The Process, we take a closer look at orthodox tea processing.
Hey, Bunny. It's not Kotoko. It's English Premier League.
Premier League.
Did your team win?
Almost.
I see. I've been checking on a recent table.
Oh, Samira. Yeah.
Why what? How many times